Everybody, this is just a quick and dirty video to show how to make boxes of fixed sizes in Pixelmator and a little bit about how to do layers. We're going to make a wallpaper that spans across two monitors and accounts for the bezels, so the monitors look like windows looking out onto a scene. We're going to do this in Pixelmator today. Now, I've already done some math to make the effective resolution of the monitors the same. In this case, I have a 5K iMac on the left, so it's going to have 5120 by 2880 and 218 pixels per inch. I looked up the resolution on Apple's website, and I'm just going to hit OK. And now I'm going to just go ahead and select everything. And I did that by hitting Command A. I can also go here to Edit, Select All. Right. Once I do that, I can come to Edit and Fill. I'm going to fill it with, I don't know, I'll say blue for the iMac. And we'll call it good. So this is my iMac screen, and I'm also going to make one for my AOC screen. So I just hit Command N, or you can do File New, Command N, and using some math and some proportions, I have determined that I need an image that's 4360 by 2452, same pixel density, 218, and I'll just hit OK. And I'll come up to Edit and Select All, and Edit and Fill, and I'm going to make my AOC monitor green. Okay. Now with those made, I got roughly 5,000 pixels horizontally and not more than 2880 vertically. So I'm going to make one more image. It's going to be 10,000 pixels wide by 2880 and the same resolution. Hit OK there. Okay, so now I've got my three images. So all I need to do now is just copy each one of these, copy the other two into this one. So here's my iMac. Now this is still selected. I'm just going to hit Command C to copy, or you could do Edit, Copy. I'll come back over to my third image, which is both of them together. And I'll come in here and I'm going to go ahead and paste that by hitting Command V. And I can just go ahead and drag this over to the side, to the left, and we'll call it good. And I'm going to rename this layer right here by double clicking on it, iMac 5K. Very good. Now I'll come to my AOC monitor. Everything is still selected. You can see these moving green bar here. I'll just come and copy. I'll come back to my other image here, and in here I'm just going to click in this transparent area. I'm going to paste, and I'm just going to drag this over a little bit like that. And so this is the part of the screen I can actually see stuff on for the iMac, similarly for the AOC monitor. And there's monitors actually have some plastic on the outside called the bezels. I'm going to assume there's 1 inch there. I'm going to make a box. Before I move on though, my green layer, this is the 23-inch AOC monitor. And I need one more image to account for, the bezels between the two monitors. So 1 inch is 218 pixels, and it's 2880, and it's a 218 there. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit Edit Select All, and also I'm going to edit Fill. I really like to use orange for buffers. It's just a personal preference. And hit OK, and I'll just go ahead and copy this, and come back to my image with the whole thing, and I'll go ahead and paste it in, and we'll just move this over to the edge of the iMac screen, and we'll move the 23-inch AOC. I'm going to assume that maybe it's my physical configuration is like this. Very good. I'm going to rename this as the bezel buffer. Bezels. Excellent. Okay, so now I have these three layers, the bezels, and the two monitors, and I just leave the transparent background layer there. Doesn't hurt anything. All right, this is my monitor layout file. I'm just going to go ahead and just save before I get too far. This is going to be, I'm going to call it 5K iMac left of 23 AOC. And just save that. Okay. I already had one before, so I'll just replace that. All right, now what we have here, we have some boxes representing the physical configuration of our screens. This one, okay, yeah, that's good. So now what we'll do is we're going to use these to cut out parts of another big wallpaper image, but these are all opaque, we can't see behind them. So what we'll do instead is change the opacity of each layer. I'm going to double click right here, I'll just type in 40%. I'll do this same thing, double click 40%, and on the iMac layer as well, 40%. There we go. Now I have three regions and I can see what's behind them. That was helpful because I could see that in this case I had actually overlapped them. Okay, now they're all butting up against each other. That's exactly what we want. I'm going to save again. Now you may be wondering, how do you actually use this to make your dual monitor wallpaper? Well, I have some big images somewhere. Let's see if I can find them. I'll come right to here. And we'll go ahead and close that. Maybe I can here's some JPEG images. So I have right here a very large image, 12,000 pixels by 10,000 pixels of the Earth. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and maybe I'll make this a little smaller so I can just drag this big Earth image into my Pixelmator document. Now, switch back over to Pixelmator, and bam, there we go. So now I can see the order of the layers makes a difference here. Because the bezel is the only one above the image, it's the only one I can see. So what I'll do is I'll drag this huge image down below all the layers. Now also I can see some of it, and this is actually a really big image, so maybe I'll drag it this way, or maybe I'll use my two finger scroll zoom thingy, and I can pan around and find something that makes sense to use. Maybe something like this. This would be a little more impressive across two monitors. Or if I wanted to, I could actually shrink it down so I could see more. I really only need to get to what I can see in the colored regions. Alright, well that's pretty good. Maybe we'll do that. Something like this maybe. Okay, I like that. Now, I'll go ahead and, since I'm transforming here, I need to hit OK. It's a really big image, so I'll have to wait for it a little bit. Excellent. Now I'll zoom back in using my pinch gesture. Now here's the key. Making sure that this layer for the image is active. I'm going to come over to my tools. I'm going to pick this rectangular selection tool, and it's going to automatically snap to the edges and the boundaries of the different shapes in the different layers. So I've just selected the iMac image, and I will just go ahead and I'll copy that, edit, copy, and edit. In Pixelmator, there's no paste into new option, so instead you go to File, New, from the clipboard, and you're all set. The only thing you have to do is change it to 218 pixels per inch. Hit OK. And now all I have to do is just paste. Boom. Okay, so there's the image for the iMac. And from here, I'll just come over to export it. I'll export it as a JPEG, 90%, 3.7 meg. That's good enough for now. This is iMac 5K Earth. Actually, I'm going to call them both Earths so that they'll show up next to each other in the wallpaper browser. Good. And now I can also, if I come back to this layouts one, I can go to Edit, Deselect, which is also Command D. And using my selection tool, I'll just go over here and I'll start with this section here. It'll snap to the green box automatically. And bam, now I've selected this monitor area. I'll Command C to copy. And I'll Command N, and I'll paste this in to a new document. Paste. Excellent. And I'll just go ahead and export from here. The JPEG is fine. And I'll call this Earth 23 AOC. There we go. And that's the whole process. I can go ahead and close everything in Pixelmator. I'm not going to save this or any of these. And this one I already saved, so it just closes. I'll delete this one. and delete that one. Okay. Once those are out of the way, then I can just come here, and if I right click on my background here, I'm going to quit Pixelmator just to free up some memory. Oh, I'll just do it the hard way. System Preferences. We'll go to the desktop and screensaver. And now I have in my I happen to have a wallpapers folder here, so if my earth one should be somewhere down here. Oh, yeah, so here's, looks like maybe that might be part of it. What is this called? Here's one I just made. I think. Where's the other one at? Not that one. Not that one. I have so many in here, sometimes it's hard to tell. Well, in any case, let me show you on my own. I have a slightly different configuration, but this is the effect you can get. I used a different image in this case, but when you do this right, then you can see how the lines smoothly connect from one monitor to the other. Thanks for watching today's video.